Are there lessons to be learned from places where it didn't work? Because as I recall, um, this was tried in Iraq, and of course it didn't really stop the violence there. Are there lessons to be learned from that?
Well, I think that um, just like in a military battle, the leaders kind of, at least usually, if they're if they're decent, if they have head, if they're thinking, don't just send the people into battle because there's terrible things going on. They try to think strategically and make sure the soldiers are trained, and they understand what the terrain is and how to work together, what's the leadership, and discipline. And I think in Iraq there was international, something called Iraq peace teams, that and Voices in the Wilderness, that was there from starting 91 or 93 maybe, after when the sanctions were starting, and gave voice to what the Iraqi people were suffering all during the 90s that most of the world didn't even know about. And were living very simply and to be there with the people and then to share the stories. And actually continued to be there when the American bombing started. And we're getting the stories out. Interestingly enough, talking about media, the CNN would interview these people, and it would be on CNN in other countries, but not in the United States. For whatever reason, CNN didn't seem to think American people would be interested in what was happening to the Iraqi people. I think the examples of people that were kidnapped and then killed after the U.S. occupation, in my mind, after the U.S. had not only bombed their country but started military occupation, there was, and the work of Al Qaeda kind of people to stirring up hatreds and stuff. There came to be hatred for anybody that looked like they were American. And so for Americans to be wandering around trying to be helpful, or to, doing good things. It's not that they weren't doing good things and not giving some safety to people. There are some people that didn't understand what they were doing. And, thought, well, we can make a lot of money by kidnapping these folks or killing them or whatever. And to me, when something's gotten that bad, it's not that it's hopeless to do anything. But strategically, if you have limited number of people and resources, it may not be the best place to put your people. And I think also in terms of training, Peace Force does at least a month of training before we'll send people anywhere. And I think some of the people that have gone, and that includes people to Israel Palestine. Some people may have a couple hours of orientation, and that's not enough. If people are going to figure out who are the local players, how can we strategically play a most important role in making a contribution. So I think that those are several of the lessons I think that we need to look at.
Yeah.